Hello and welcome to WhyZ, and in this quick video I'm going to ask you all one question. Was the Hawkeye finale actually that bad? I watched the episode a little later than the usual public because I was busy in the afternoon. Here in India, the episode telecasts right in the middle of the afternoon, so I was a little preoccupied at that particular moment, and I actually watched the episode later on during the night. But by that time, Twitter was already buzzing about how mid this finale really was, about how terrible this finale was actually, and I was a little bit surprised. I watched the episode before going up on Twitter. I did not had any expectations whatsoever. The only thing which I, had a notion that maybe just because Wilson Fisk, that is the Kingpin, is there, what if we get a cameo by Peter Parker? What if Spider-Man actually appears in the finale? But even then, I just kept reminding myself one particular dialogue which MJ said in No Way Home, that is, if you expect disappointment, then you can never really be disappointed. And that's what exactly was applying here as well. I really should not be judgmental if Spider-Man does not actually appear here in the finale. That was my entire mentality going into this particular finale. But lo and behold, I actually did not hate it as much as other people are actually making it to be. Now, I'm by no way an MCU stan. I hate a lot of stuff that the MCU does. There are many moments which really irk me out a lot, but this is not one of them. The entirety of the Hawkeye series has been pretty good in my opinion. Yeah, you could say that how badly Wilson Fisk was done, that's maybe a problem for everyone, but then again, this is actually going toe to toe with a comic book which involves Echo herself. So keeping that in mind and the upcoming Echo series, I feel like this was executed pretty well. Wilson Fisk appears very late in the series, and it won't be really justifiable to make him the final villain without a proper setup. So I feel like the way in which the overall scene concluded was pretty good. A lot of people are definitely misunderstanding how cliffhangers actually are portrayed here. It's obvious that Echo does not kill Kingpin here. Kingpin is not dead. That is something you have to absolutely understand here. I don't know if they are going to go entirely the route of the comic books here, because in one of the comics, Echo actually blinded Kingpin and we get to see a blind Kingpin here, and it would be obviously interesting to see his interactions then alongside the Daredevil, but I feel like it's very early to get a blind Kingpin just as of yet. So I do feel like this was an obvious cliffhanger for a season 2 of the Hawkeye series, or maybe whatever thing happens in the future of the series or future of the MCU whatsoever. Moreover, this finale was self-contained, which is something that I actually wanted to see. I did not really want a lot of involvement from the other Avengers, and in that particular aspect, I'd say that this finale is fine. It's obviously by no means one of the best finale of all time. Definitely Loki's finale was better, definitely WandaVision's finale was better. I can't say much about Winter Soldier, Falcon and Winter Soldier. I did not enjoy it that much, but even then the resolution was fine there. And if we are ranking Hawkeye among all of these series, then I would definitely say that it is one of the weaker ones, because it essentially does not do a lot of things in hindsight. But if you take a closer look, it is setting up some very interesting things and some things which I really did not expect, especially the one involving Hawkeye's wife, Laura, because here it is actually her watch which Hawkeye or Barton was actually trying to capture from the black market, because it's a very big reference here and I was not ready for this, but apparently she is an ex-Mockingbird. Now obviously fans of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. are going to be like, but that can't be possible, how is this making it non-canon, like what the hell is basically going on? That's the same question from my end as well. I've not really watched the entirety of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so I'm not going to get into the debate of canon, non-canon. But either way, what it looks like here is that apparently she is an ex-Mockingbird, especially because of the number 19. The watch is a Rolex which was given to her by S.H.I.E.L.D. and the insignia of the number 19 here is obviously a reference to the Mockingbird, and it seems like she's not the current one, but rather she used to be a Mockingbird, maybe an ex-employee of S.H.I.E.L.D. So that is something which I was really not expecting to see, but overall I feel like this was a pretty well self-contained finale. It ties up the plot points of Helena and Barton and how it involves, or how all of these things involve Natasha in the mix. Now, I've said it in the past and I probably feel like I should make a video upon this, but I feel like the Hawkeye series is definitely a much better homage to Black Widow than the Black Widow movie in itself. So that's really something. But overall, I won't really say that I hated this finale. It was fine. It had some of its obvious issues with pacing and not, and how the arrows kept just replenishing, even though they're obviously getting used up again and again. I've had this problem in the Avengers movies. They tried to showcase it, how with technology, how Barton can now produce these arrows very quickly, but here he's not really having a lot of tech at hand. And since the show is primarily focused upon Hawkeye and Kate Bishop, it's even more jarring now. Like, it just randomly replenishes. Their arrows are never just finished. I would have really loved if they actually showed a scenario where Hawkeye is out of arrows and maybe some kind of a shenanigan actually happened, but either way, that really didn't happen. And on the topic of Wilson Fisk, he is definitely coming back. The Kingpin is not dead yet. The way in which Kate Bishop fought, it was a last resort. It was obviously a reference back to the way in which Hawkeye showcased to her or taught her the way of flipping the coin and flipping the things, and we get a callback to that because it is this move which actually helped her to take down the Kingpin. He's not dead, he's coming back, and do not fall for any clickbait whatsoever which claims that the Kingpin is actually dead. They're not just going to bring back the character for him to die in just one particular episode. It was done purely as a method to make a cliffhanger and maybe go forward with a season 2. Lastly, I'm still not very happy with how Eleanor was actually dealt here. I thought that maybe she was going to be revealed more of a villain in this season in itself, but it seems like that is going to be saved for an upcoming future season 2. And lastly, the series ends with Kate visiting the Barton family, and that is pretty alright. But there are still many loose threads and unfinished plot points, especially revolving Yelena and a lot of other characters. Again, they will probably be resolved in the later half of the series. So keeping all of these things in mind, I can't say that it was the best or the greatest finale of all time. But at the same time, I feel like you guys have not actually watched bad finales if you're saying that this was the worst finale of all time. I'm sorry, that is not actually the case. There are many more shows which are far worse, and I don't really think that this was bad in any way, shape or form, other than maybe having a lot of expectations. Okay, one more thing here before I end. One thing which this finale absolutely sucked was the post-credit scene. That last 10-minute musical number, it was just bad. I mean, I'm not saying that I don't like musicals, but it was filmed in a fashion wherein we thought that, okay, maybe we will get a post-credit scene, maybe an Easter egg which involves some other characters. Maybe Daredevil will pop up, maybe the Spider-Man will pop up, maybe some character. I was just keeping my eyes keen open to see, okay, who or which character is actually going to come up here, but lo and behold, it was nothing. It was just a musical number. Maybe it should have been added as an extra episode or as an extra feature, but not as the final post-credit scene for this finale. But either way, these are my thoughts on the Hawkeye finale. What do you guys think about all of these things? Please do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'd love to know your opinions as well. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more. I'll see you all on the next one. In the meantime, be sure to join the channel membership for some very cool perks and features, and join the channel Discord for more. Thanks for watching.